Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Derek, if you don't remember me. Check the fit. Today we're gonna be talking about the CNC, kind of what we got going on right now. Josh is busy painting the charger, so that's pretty exciting stuff, getting ready for SEMA, and yeah. So today we're machining some of our Gen 3 coil covers. You can see this one in the machine is actually done and ready to be taken out just after a little bit of inspection to make sure everything's in tolerance. What I do for making these is I start off with a block of billet and then I mill the complete top side and part of the inside of it, and then it gets flipped over and put in this fixture. So the fixture actually locates off of the coil cover itself and then utilizes the 10 bolts that mount the top of the coil cover to the walls. That helps locate it. That gets me a consistent point as well as holding it stable so that there's no chatter or movement throughout the machining process. A rough machine time for these is about 5 hours a cover, which is a long time, but what's kind of nice about these is I can be doing other things. I can get it started, make sure everything is running, and then I can go bill hours somewhere else. Or what I like to do is I have my computer set up on my toolbox and I can be over there programming the next part or designing the next part or something like that. So longer run times are actually pretty nice because I have the ability to be busy elsewhere. It works out really good for the shop. If we had more machines, then something like operating multiple machines would be an option, but right now we just have the one mill. So for this part, since it's so large, we actually use 2 vices. The key to using 2 vices is you got to make sure the back edge, the fixed jaw, is in perfect alignment. Otherwise, when you clamp the 2 together, you'll actually twist the part and then it doesn't have a consistent location and the part's not oriented correctly in the machine. Completely isolates the part and the machine will know exactly where it's at. For this one, like I said, we use 2 vices and you can see I have a fixture plate here that's mounted in the vices and then a hard stop on this side. So what I'll do is I'll set the part in there, push it against the fixed jaws in the back, slide it over against the hard stop and tighten it down. But there's these 10 threaded holes in the part and those are used to mount the top plate of the coil cover on the finished part. So those holes are already there and already threaded. So what I did is I will put those 10 bolt holes in. The location of the part is based on this profile, which is actually an exact reverse of the part itself. So then I have my Z-axis location is off this surface and my X and Y is confined by this outer surface here, which like I said is a reverse of the part itself. I labeled this one to just kind of help myself so I know if I don't use it for 5-6 months, I always remember how to use it properly. This hole I put here so that I can locate the center. I can use this surface and this surface as an origin point and then reference this hole just to kind of as a double check that I have a perfect location of the part. I put some notes on here just to kind of help me use it. Like I said, if I don't use it for a couple months, it kind of helps just to have some old notes. This particular set's already sold. All of our coil covers are made to order, but check them out on our website. Like I said, we make them to order and they usually ship within 4 to 6 weeks or sooner if we can get to it sooner. So check them out. They're pretty sweet. They definitely dress up the Gen 3 Coyote very well. So a little update on the next big project coming into the shop is this 36 Ford. As you heard last time, we were gonna rip it off the chassis and start taking it apart and get it ready for sandblast. So that has all happened. We got it rigged up with all this here, which helps keep the body from flexing now that it doesn't have a chassis underneath it. It got put in the rotisserie. That gives us the ability to just take this body and rotate it any which way we need to help strip it. Just makes things a lot easier, more ergonomical. The body is in a little worse condition than we originally had thought. It came to us as a complete car and then we were going to strip it down and build it to what the customer wants. And so we found that there's a lot of areas where there's been old repairs. They were either filled in with body filler or even there was quite a lot of lead filler on the car. This particular spot had quite a bit of lead. You can see that the repair done was less than desirable. Hopefully we don't find too much more, but a lot of the body is in pretty rough shape, so we'll see how that goes. And Matt said that like this is like all dented in, where the spare tire goes, so I'm assuming just the weight. It's like supposed to be, from my understanding, like way out here, and it was just all lead and filler. For this project, we were originally thinking that we were gonna have it dipped. Pretty much what that is you'd put it in a chemical bath and it would eat away all the paint and filler, and then they actually coat the whole body in zinc. We're not gonna do that, and we're just gonna have it sandblasted, which is why we're going across and DAing and trying to get the bulk of the filler off. The reason being is these 30s cars, a decent amount of the structure is actually wood. I'm actually not sure if we don't want the wood to be eaten away or if there's some sort of issue and they can't dip it with the wood, but nonetheless, that's the issue. So we're going for sandblast rather than the dip. This is going to get sent off to the sandblaster relatively soon, and then we'll see what's left and what we have to work with. All right, well, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video, and if you like it. And see you next time. Our Coyote in Gen 3, oh man, I hate because I have it in my head and then I start talking and I'm like, John, who am I? Remember when I were filming, if you wanted me to shut up and just keep going. Remember we were filming, just talk about myself because I think I'm pretty interesting.